Hello, my lovely Virgos, and welcome to this your early April predictions video. We're going to have a look at the energies that are influencing you right now and what your general overall outcome is going to look like come mid-April. So I'm super excited to welcome some of you back and to welcome any new viewers here. All right. So before I jump in, I just want to clarify a couple of things with regards to timing. When we are doing predictions videos, we are tapping into the ethereal realm, or a realm that's not on this earthly plane of existence. And time moves at a different rate on that other realm. And therefore, sometimes the timing doesn't add up. We'll say, okay, we believe that something's going to happen around the 15th, and then it doesn't happen, and people are freaking out. There's two reasons. One is that we're dealing with the ethereal realm, and time moves at a different rate over there, as I mentioned. The second reason that sometimes psychic predictions and tarot readings don't come true is that when we're pulling the cards for you and tapping into your energy, we're tapping into where you are at now and the decisions you are on the verge of making right now, here at the end of March. And what can happen is when we get to the end of the reading and we pull a couple of cards and you look at those cards and you go, oh my God, no, I am not in agreement with that. I do not want to go down that road. No, thank you. And then from there, once you've made up your mind that that's not the outcome that you want, you begin to make conscious choices and you change the trajectory of your life in that moment. And therefore you change the outcome. So that is an explanation. I get asked all the time why timelines don't match up and why sometimes predictions don't come true. And that's the two reasons why, because we're tapping into where you're at right now. Virgo, this is intended for anybody born under the sign of Virgo, as well as anybody with a significant amount of Virgo in their charts. This is a general reading for all of you, and therefore it's not going to resonate with every single one of you in this moment when you watch the video. If you have a really important decision to make, Virgo, I highly recommend that you make the decision from a place of your own heart center. Absolutely, it's okay to tap in and look at psychic readings and tarot readings and ask your mom and your dad and your aunt and your uncle and your grandma and your grandpa and your religious leader and your professor, and you ask everybody for advice. But then what you do is you throw it into a great big cauldron or pot, give it a big stir, tap in with your own heart and your free will, and you make your decision from that place. Okay, let's get started. The first card that we're going to pull is the card of where you are at now, Virgo, here at the end of March as I'm recording this video. All of the decks were previously cleansed and cleared. And for those of you who are new here, I do work with several oracle decks as well as tarot decks. And as I'm pulling the cards, I'm leaving them face down. I don't turn them over until I'm actually ready to read each card as I go through your reading. And the reason I do this is because it allows more of the creative, psychic, intuitive juices to flow rather than, preempting everything that's happening. Okay. Where are our Virgos now? What are they concentrating on? Where are the Virgos now? Where are their energies now? We have a card that looks like it might try and fall out here. Okay, there's one card out. Okay, and we're going to take this card here. We've got this one card sticking out all by itself. So there we go, Virgo. Let's pull cards for what you are going to be focusing on April 1st to the 15th, approximately. Virgo's focus, April 1st to the 15th. What are the Virgos focusing on, please? Is there anything else? We've got one card out. There's another one. Is there anything else? Nope. You know what? We do have a card that's decided to stick up there, so we will pull it out as well. Let's have a look at what difficult influences you may be facing, Virgo. Difficult influences for Virgo, April 1st through the 15th. That was the first card that came out, and then we're going to put the other two there so that they're read in the order in which they came out. The next card that we're going to be pulling is a card that just makes sense. And generally, this card begins to kind of pull things together a lot of the time. I won't say a lot of the time. From time to time, the card that comes out in this makes sense is very similar to some of the other cards in the reading, thus giving us that reinforcement or that confirmation. So what makes sense for our Virgos, April 1st through the 15th, 2023. What makes sense? Okay, we will go through that again. What makes sense? There we go. Is there anything else that makes sense for our Virgos? Nope. Okay. And the next card that I'm going to pull is a card of unexpected influences and insights. Where are we going for that? We're going back over here to the fairy cards. Okay, unexpected influences and insights. Is that card actually going to fall? Not yet. How are we going to do this? Oh, there we go. Unexpected insights and influences. Wow. Okay. And another one. Holy smokes. And we have one on the floor. All right, Virgo. Apparently you have a lot of stuff coming up that's going to be unexpected. Which order did these come out? No, I'm doing this wrong. That. This one came out before that one. That one. Okay, how many cards do we actually have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. A lot of things are kind of bubbling and brewing below the surface there, Virgo. We're going to have a look at all this unexpected stuff coming up for you. Okay. And the final cards that we're going to pull for you is the general overall outcome, where you are predicted to be at come the 15th of April, what energies might be influencing you come the 15th of April. I am getting called to pull. Yeah. Okay. All right. We do have quite a number of cards that have come out yet again. So there we go. Where are you at now? Ooh, Virgo. We have the 6 of spring, and we also have the number 16 card, which is about life experience. I am getting a bit of a reflection in the camera there for the cards, but the first card is the 6 of spring, also known as the 6 of wands. This is a card indicating that there is good news on the way for you. But it is also a card of making for the right choices and taking action. The suit of wands, also represented by the suit of spring in this particular deck, is action, fire. I mean, if there's fire in your house, you're going to take action. And so this card is saying, yes, there's good news on the way for you, Virgo, but you need to also be taking steps forward in order to make it happen. The other card that you have is the 16 card, the life experiences. This card corresponds to the Tower in the traditional tarot. This is a card of drastic change. It's a card of you need to let go of something that you're holding on to in the past, a belief system that is no longer serving you. I can tell you, Virgo, that I've recorded a lot of the videos for most of the zodiac signs already this month for the beginning of April. And for the vast majority of people on this planet right now, tower moments, The 10s, the 5s that are coming up, those warning signs that are coming up for many people are pertaining specifically to money and finances. Pay attention to your money and finances right now, and pay attention to changes and shifts. Pay attention to your belief systems around money. I'm just going to read, let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. An important life-changing event. So yeah, now tower moments are not all bad. Okay. You've heard the saying, when one door closes, another one opens. And that's what the tower is about. Can it be uncomfortable? Absolutely. Absolutely. Take, for example, losing your job, right? That is a door closing. It is a tower moment. You're in that, oh my God, what am I going to do now moment? And then all of a sudden you realize it was the best thing that ever happened because another door opened and it was a dream job with more money and better hours. Okay. That's an example of a tower moment. And so the cards are telling me right now, Virgo, that you are in the throes of experiencing this life shift where there's some kind of belief. I do want to just go out on a limb and say, I believe that the life shift probably pertains to money. Let's have a look at what you're focusing on. Okay. Yeah, what you're focusing on, right. You're not going to believe this, but you have the 6 of rainbows, also known as the 6 of pentacles. What does the 6 of pentacles represent? Money. And it represents compromise. It represents letting go of that which no longer serves you in your beliefs about money specifically. So like I said, you've got the 6 of wands here saying, yes, there's good news coming in, but you need to take some sort of action towards it. You've got the tower, the life experiences card coming up telling you need to let go of something that's no longer serving you. And intuitively and psychically, I said that's probably pertaining to money. And then the first card that we turn over and what you're focusing on, April 1st through the 15th, is compromise. The 6 of Pentacles. This is about exploring your beliefs and exploring why you do what you do. And then finding that compromise, finding what works for you. The next card that you have is the creativity card. You are focusing upon creativity at this time going into early April. You are focusing on abundance. Oh my goodness, look at that. Do you recognize this one down at the bottom? Yeah, that would be another rainbow. And that would be the suit of Pentacles. Money. This is the King of Pentacles, King of Abundance. So you are focusing on manifesting all of this abundance. But what this card is telling me is that you need to let go of certain belief systems about money at this time, Virgo. Our financial systems, planetary-wide, are changing and shifting at this time. We are going through this huge upheaval. Some people are very much aware of it already. Some people are just starting to go, there's something fishy. And other people are still clueless to it. And what these cards are indicating for me, Virgo, is that you're in that place of waking up and going, there's a change in the air and I need to get used to it, because if I don't, then the universe is going to get me used to it. So you are focusing on money and you're focusing on creating more abundance for yourself. And you're going to be creative in whatever you're doing. This creativity card is surrounded by pentacles. And the final card that you have and what you're focusing on, the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, as I already mentioned, Wands is about fire. It's about taking action. And the Ace is about brand new beginnings. This is an indication that whatever changes are happening with regards to money and finances for you right now, Virgo, there is a new beginning happening for you. Generally, the aces and new beginnings are positive. Okay. But like I said, they may at first glance appear to be life altering. And how do I put this? A tower moment and a life altering change like this can feel like putting on an itchy, scratchy sweater for the first time. And you're uncomfortable and you wiggle every time that you're wearing that sweater until you've washed it 2 or 3 times. And then all of a sudden it gets soft and it's fuzzy and it's your warm comfort blanket. Okay. That's what a tower moment really is. At first, it's a little itchy and scratchy, but as you start to wear it in a little bit, it becomes really comfortable. Let's have a look at your difficult influences. Okay. Your difficult influences. See your seeds grow. Okay. So when we're going to experience a tower moment, as indicated by the cards here, when you're going to be going through this change and this shift, sometimes it's a little bit hard to see that the seeds that you've planted are still going to grow. Maybe they just need a little bit more fertilizer. The next card that you have is the Lord. Take charge with authority. This is in difficult influences, which is an indication that it's something that you're bumping up against or struggling against. This is not surprising considering that you have these 2 sixes here. You've got the 6 of Wands here, and you've got the 6 of Pentacles here, both of which are indicating that you need to take some action. And as well with this Ace of Pentacles that you had come up here, it is an indication that you need to be taking action, but you're hesitant to do so. That's what this card is indicating. And the final card that you have in your difficult influences, Virgo, is the Seer. See beyond the current situation. Well, you know what? This card should have come up in This Makes Sense, except that it came up in difficult influences. And what this is saying in difficult influences is, Virgo, this is temporary. A tower moment is temporary. This change and this shift is temporary. And again, I'm going to reiterate, when one door closes, another one opens. And more often than not, that second door that opens when the first one closes brings in way better opportunities. So you need to see beyond the current situation. You need to be able to think outside the box. And remember, you had this creativity card come up in your focus. Focus then on the creativity. That's interesting. I have a fly that's decided to land on me while I'm talking about creativity. There are no coincidences. All right. Let's move on to the card that just makes sense. Virgo, the card that just makes sense, fire and intensity. When we are experiencing a tower moment, particularly when it involves all of our money, it's not surprising that we experience fire and intensity. And don't forget as well that you have a very fiery card here, being the Ace of Wands. This is the Ace of Fire. So this card makes sense. And what this card is telling me, Virgo, is that you need to be taking action. You need to be proactive in what it is that you are doing. Okay. You can't just think about it, sit at home, go into Gya Mudra and close your eyes and go, I wish for all of this to go away. It's not going to happen like that. You need to be proactive. You need to be on top of this. You need to be making it, whatever changes and shifts feel or seem right for you. Now, I am not giving you specific financial advice in this video. What I am telling you in this video is that there is likely some changes coming specifically related to your financial situation, which at first glance are going to feel itchy and uncomfortable, but ultimately it's going to turn around and it's actually going to be a positive thing. All right, let's go into this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in your unexpected insights. Okay. The first card in your unexpected insights and influences is strength. You are stronger than you know, Virgo. You really are. The other thing about the Strength card is that it's represented by Leo the Lion. So if you think that you're not quite strong enough to get through this right now, reach out to a friend or a family member and pay attention, because it may very well be a Leo that comes in for you. You have the Prince of Summer coming up for you. The Prince of Summer is romantic, flirtatious, but he's also a little bit impulsive. So watch out for impulsivity coming up. This could also represent, so like I said, with this Strength card, if you're not feeling supported enough as you're going through this experience, reach out to family, friends, or someone. Watch for the potentiality for that to be a Leo. But with that being right next to this Prince of Cups or Prince of Summer, who can be flirtatious and a little bit impulsive, just watch for a little bit of impulsivity from somebody that you might reach out to for strength. You have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands, another action card. Three of Spring, Three of Wands. It's the same thing, represented by the element of fire. Take action. This is a card of things are coming. Okay, they are beginning to roll out, but you need to continue to put the work in. When you are taking next steps, make sure you're taking next steps with a view to the long term. You have another Pentacle card. You have the 10 of Pentacles, also known as the 10 of Autumn. What does this card represent? This card represents making sure that the financial decisions that you're making are with a view to the long term. It's interesting that you have two cards that both represent look to the future as you're making your decisions. This one's about taking action. This one is about specifically making decisions about money. But both of them represent making sure you're making decisions with an eye to the long term. You have the Seven of Wands coming up. Seven of Wands represents being assertive. When you're making decisions, make sure you're firm in your head as to what you want. The 10, also known as the Wheel of Fortune. This is a card that can be read both ways. It can be read both in the positive and the negative, but here it is, we have to look at the cards that it's surrounded by. And the cards that it's surrounded by is the Seven of Spring or Seven of Wands and the Empress. Okay. The Seven of Spring or Seven of Wands is saying, believe in yourself and be assertive. And the Wheel of Fortune is then therefore in the positive. Okay. You need to be assertive in what you're doing, especially with the Empress. Oh, what's the Empress? She's all about taking action, the power of creativity. Oh, wait a minute. What's this card? That is the 3 in the major arcana, the creativity card. What's this card? Oh, the 3 in the major arcana. You have a double Empress right now, Virgo. What does that mean? It means that you need to be putting creativity into absolutely everything that you do. This is what you're focusing on, and this is what's unexpected. Unexpected creativity is going to come out for you in order to help you manifest the Wheel of Fortune, which is unexpected good luck, which is sitting right next to the Seven of Wands, which is about being assertive in what you do, which is sitting to the 10 of Autumn, which is about planning for the future. All of this is coming together for you, Virgo. So this initial tower that you have showing up here at the end of March is an indication that moving forward through into April, good things will come out of it, but there is going to be some fire and intensity in it. The general overall outcome is Interesting. Okay, you've got 4 cards in your general overall outcome, Virgo. You've got the White Witch, be the light. This is an indication that it's asking you to be the light, be the mentor for others, because not everyone is going through this at the same rate and at the same time. And so you're going through it kind of on the early side of things. And so as you're popping out the other side and you're recognizing all of this abundance that's coming in with this king, as you're beginning to recognize that this change and this shift isn't all bad as it's being perceived, you can step into the role of being the light and being the mentor for others. You're being asked to hold space. Hold the space both for yourself and for others. As others are experiencing this tower, you're going to be going, it's all right, chill, we got this. The next card that you have is Shift Your Perception. I do believe that you had another card that came up that was asking you to see things from a different perspective. Oh yeah, see beyond the current situation. Shift your perception, okay? Things are not always as they seem. And the final card that you have in your reading is the Hermit. This is about retreating, relaxing. After you go through all of this, there is going to be this moment where you go, you know what? I'm done. I'm just going to relax and chill. Okay. So what these cards are predicting is that by mid-April, Virgo, you're going to be in a much better headspace. You're going to be in a clearer space. You're going to be recognizing that the changes that we've been experiencing and going through actually have the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And I'm going to leave off your reading on that happy note. Virgo, I hope you'll join me again in mid-April. Take care.